Hi and welcome. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is September 9th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. Hope you like the content. You come back for more. For those who are new, my channel is all about sharing. I want to help, inspire, and share information with you guys out there, especially if you want to know a little about online reselling. And I will share this information with you when I get it, when it gets sent out to me from the Google Alerts. I will share it with you guys out there. So I do hope you like the information I put out. And if you do like it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon. Today, I want to talk about Poshmark. Yeah, Poshmark. There have been quite a few success stories on there, and I'm sure there's a lot more to tell you, but I can't share it all in this, I want to try to keep this as brief as possible, but in this video. And I just want to go over some things with you guys out there, especially if you are thinking about selling on Poshmark. I myself have been selling on Poshmark. Not a lot of sales. I'm still new at it, still learning the little ropes here and there. I know it's probably not much to learn, but just to get the familiarity with it. Oh, can't say that right. I just want to, just get a little more involved with it as far as like learning from other people, other sellers. Now, the best people you can learn from is women. I feel that on my personal take, Poshmark is more of a woman's site as far as like buying clothing. However, I do see every now and then, very far and few men, including myself, will sell clothing on there as well. So I'm not just segregating and saying, oh, Poshmark is quote unquote just for women. It's for men as well. But I just want to share some information with you guys out there, share some stories with you prior to getting into the the whole thing about Poshmark. Poshmark has been around for quite some time. I don't know how many years exactly. I didn't get a chance to do all the research on it, but I know they've been around for quite some time. I wanted to, eventually venture into selling on Poshmark, especially when it came to, clothing. I sell a lot of, junior clothing, women's clothing, basically. It's a couple of pieces of men's stuff, but mostly it's women, shoes, pocketbooks, whatever. And, I thought about it, and I said, you know what? It can't hurt. It can't hurt to cross sell. For example, everything, if you see my eBay listings, everything that's on eBay is on, well, not everything. Now, let me just really recap that. I'm sorry. The clothing stuff that's on eBay, the pocketbooks and stuff like that, all the women's stuff, let's put it that way, is on Poshmark. And with selling on, when doing cross-selling like that, cross-promoting, if you want to call that, I call it cross-selling, of course. The only thing is with that, you got to be careful as to when you're making a sale on either platform. That's my only thing with this here. You got to be on top of it, because for the simple reason is, if something is selling on eBay and you have that same item on Poshmark, you may want to go over right away and go to Poshmark, edit that listing, and delete it. And the simple reason, and for the most importantly, is if somebody buys it at the same time. It could happen. It happened to me a couple of times with Bonanza. But no, it's true. You may sell something on eBay and have that item listed on Poshmark, and it just so happens to be somebody may, buy that item too. So now, here's the rule of thumb. Whoever buys and makes the purchase first of that particular item, they're the ones that get it. Okay. Now, let me share a little quick story with you with Bonanza. Now, Bonanza, as you guys know, if you don't, it's another selling platform. Pretty good. Made a few sales. Nothing to write home about. Okay. I mean nothing to write home about. I like Bonanza. It's a good platform. It's good to get a little extra exposure out there. I had sold, I think, 2 items, but at different times from eBay. And what happened was, when I was selling the item sold on eBay, Bonanza, I believe, does an auto update, but I don't know when. And I don't know if it has to be done manually, because I'm under the impression it does it automatically. And that's the way I believe it to be. If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. So anyway, what happened was, something sold on eBay. I don't remember exactly what it was. And it happened to be a buyer buying that same exact thing. Now, it might have been maybe an hour off, or maybe a few minutes later, whatever it was. I had to give precedence to the person on eBay, because they made the purchase first. So needless to say, they got it, hands down, they want it. Anyway, so with that, I get a message, an email message on my email, and it says, you made a sale on Poshmark. I said, not Poshmark, Bonanza. I said, oh my gosh. I go, what's that all about? I said, I know I have stuff on there, but I'm saying, I know what it's all about, but I'm just saying I already got it. And, I got that message, and I was like, what's the deal here, I opened it up, and it happened to be that same thing that the person bought on eBay. So needless to say, the person paid already through PayPal. I had to refund the money. I had to tell the buyer, on Bonanza, saying, look, this item has been sold already. I am very sorry about this. And I explained to them that because Bonanza didn't update the site right away, it was showing active. Okay? That happened on 2 occasions. I'm not going to get into the other story, but you get the drift here. You get the picture. Now, the same thing could happen with Poshmark. Okay? All the items I have on eBay are not all on Poshmark. Just the women's stuff is. The clothes, the tops, the pocketbook, shoes, whatever I got there. That's what's on Poshmark. So just keep in mind, when you sell, if you're selling something, if it sells on eBay, make sure you go right over to Poshmark, edit the item, and delete it. Take it out of there. And vice versa. Okay, you sell something on Poshmark, shoot over to eBay and remove it. End the listing. Because you're going to have a conflict like that. And it's not going to make you look good either. Especially if you have a buyer on eBay. Oh, excuse me. You have a buyer on eBay and they made a purchase, and now you guys say, I can't sell it to you. It's going to look bad. It's going to put a little ding on your seller account or seller performance account, whatever they have that there. So you got to be careful with that. There's nothing. I don't find anything wrong with cross promoting or cross selling, I should say. I don't find it wrong as long as you keep heads up. You keep a tab on it. You make sure you're right on it. But otherwise, it's okay. But getting back with Poshmark, I like Poshmark so far. I mean, I think I got over 2,000 followers on there. I only have 78 listings, and I'll take you to the window there, show you what I got. In case you want to buy anything, you're more than welcome to. The more the merrier. But Poshmark, I honestly, with Poshmark, since the time I started, I don't know the exact date when I started. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm saying, geez, I only made 4 sales. I think it's 4 sales. Yeah, something like that, 4 sales. But you know what? 4 sales are better than no sales, right? So yeah, I did that there. I made the 4 sales on there, and it is what it is. I don't mind being on it. As far as I know, it don't cost nothing to be on it to list. But the only time they charge you is when it comes to when the item sells. I'm going to go over that with you. I'm going to show you the calculator they got, the Poshmark calculator, so you can get an idea. It also calculates too, kind of like gives you a little brief thing when you're listing an item on there. You'll get a little breakdown of what you're selling the item for and how much money you're going to make, minus their fees. So I'm going to show you that there. I'm going to bump out this window. First, I'm going to show you my Poshmark listings. I'm not going to show you eBay. eBay, I got to think about 116 listings on there, and they're all pretty much all, if I'm not mistaken, are all with best offer. So if you guys accidentally, if you do hit it, I hope you don't. If you accidentally, I do hope you do hit it. Please, make a best offer on it. As long as it's reasonable, I have been accepting them. I really need to clean out the old inventory. So that would be very helpful, if you did check it out and if you did make a purchase, that'd be great. But let me bump out this window, and I'm going to show you my Poshmark listings, and then I want to go in a little more detail with it, and then hopefully close this video out. So without further ado, let me bump out of this screen here. Okay. Before I continue on with the other web pages there, I just want to share with you guys really quick. This is my Poshmark listings here. As you can see here, I have 78 listings. I got 2,249 followers, and I'm following 1,481 followers. And if you are interested, it just goes on to Richard J. Pasini at RJ Pasini 58. Same thing, shop RJ Pasini for great deals. Always looking to save you money. Like the item, not the price, make an offer. And these are the things I have right now. So if you guys are out, well, women out there, I should say. I'm sorry, I keep saying guys. If you women out there are interested, a lot of these things are junior clothing. Some are petite, some are juniors. I threw a little thing in here like this because I thought maybe some, women out there may want to, buy a Disney plate. Who knows? But anyway, you can see the majority of the stuff I got here is clothing here. And if it's being liked or shared, I believe with the hearts. Don't quote me on this because, like I said, I'm still learning the ropes with this here. But yeah, you'll notice that they do have the hearts there, and some will have one, some may have two, some may have three, I believe. I don't know, whatever. But these are the things I have listed here. Now, if you don't shop on eBay and you are a Poshmark buyer, please come check out my listings, okay? And again, I do accept best off as long as they're reasonable. So if you guys, if you women out there like what you see here, please don't hesitate to make a best offer. This is what I got. I don't have a lot, but as time goes on, I probably will be putting more stuff on. Like I said again, it's a little, it's a little, not saying difficult doing both the eBay and this at the same time. But for the most part, like I said, I'm going to try to keep active with this as well. eBay is my main go-to place. That's the one I do all my business from. But everything you see here, outside of the sold ones, minus the sold ones, these are all on eBay. So if you don't want to shop on Poshmark, then you could just scoot on over to eBay if you want, if you don't feel comfortable shopping on Poshmark. But this is what I have, and you can check it out, and that's basically it. Okay, so now I want to bump out of here, and I want to show you where is that thing now? Let me see if I got here. Okay, I'm going to bump out of here. Now I put over here successful Poshmark sellers, but when you look at the information, you're going to get some. It's going to give you more. You got pull down windows over here, like this one here. So pull down window. It says here are my top 25 brands of Poshmark on Poshmark to list. Now, here's the things I guess that are preferred. These are preferred items. Levi's, Kenzo, Fuljaverin, Nike, ASOS, Curve, Joy, never heard of it. Celine, not familiar with it. Hype. And then you hit the more button, and it takes you to the window over here. And I guess what else they got here? Okay. These must be some more things. Free People, Torrid, Marc Jacobs, Wild Fox, Miss Me Jeans, J. Crew, Nike, Tory Burch. I heard of Tory Burch. Kate Spade, I'm familiar with. Rock and Republic, Mac Makeup, I'm familiar with that because my daughters use that. Ralph Lauren, John Varatus, I'm not familiar with him. Sperry Topsiders, I don't knew that name. Lululemon, I heard, and Victoria's Secret, of course. Who hasn't heard of it? Michael Kors, Coach, Armani Exchange, and that's basically it when you click on that other page. But these are some of the things that they tell you what brands sell on Poshmark. I don't mind doing the research. If to me, I'll put it out there, and if you guys, get a takeaway from it, that's great. I wish you all the best. And if you do, please share it with us. Let us know, hey, thanks. That video you dropped down, you did the other day really helped out. It was very informative. Thank you so much, whatever. If you want to. If you don't want to, that's okay. Now, the other thing I want to do here is show you the, before you get into the other one there, bear with me for 1 second here. Okay. Now, with Poshmark, here's the selling fees. Okay, so keep this in mind if you're going to sell. Let me just bump out of here really quick. Okay. If you're going to sell on Poshmark, keep this in mind. Okay. The selling fee policy, all fees are simple and straightforward. It's always free to list on the item on Poshmark. And it goes on to say here, after your item sells, we deduct a small fee from the final order price. For sales under $15, the fee is a flat rate of $2.95. For sales above $15, the fee is 20%, and you keep 80%. And then it goes on to tell you what you get: free prepaid shipping label, free credit card processing, customer support, and Posh Protect buyer protection. Sales tax is automatically calculated, collected, and remitted to the state on your behalf, which is really nice. I like that. Less work, like I say, less is better. Okay, so that's what it's all about as far as that part goes. Now, what is this one here? I'm just trying to see what they pull this one up. Oh yeah, if you want to contact them, we'll get back to the second, but let's get back to the calculator. Let's close this one out here. Let's get rid of this one so we can close the windows up. Here is a OmniProfit. Let me give you the URL for this in case you want to check it out for yourself. It's OmniProfitCalculator.com. Now, when you go over here and you look, you can see eBay, PayPal, Amazon, Etsy, all, blog, and then the growth tools. This here is pretty cut and dry. I just did this as an example. The item price, sale price is 20 bucks. The item costs 5. It breaks it down. Seller fee is $4. Cost of goods is 9. Revenue is $20. Your gross profit is 11%, and the profit margin is 55%. Now, if you want to stay on this website and you also got an eBay one, you click on eBay. A window's going to eventually post up like it just did. Same thing. Do you meet eBay's minimum performance standards? You click yes, and then here you will put what category is the item in, and if it's heavy equipment, commercial, whatever it is, so you put that in there. And again, the item price, shipping charge, item cost, and shipping cost over here. Shipping charge, I'm sorry, and shipping cost. And then I'll say, are you using PayPal? Yes. Are you using insertion fee? Are you using a free insertion from eBay? You click yes or whatever. All right, and it breaks it down for you. Okay, so that's how that works. And again, they got different ones. They got Amazon, Etsy, all right, and you got some growth tools that they put here. Okay, so that website you want to check out is called Omni Profit. Definitely a good site, and like I said, you got all of them here. Well, majority of them. You got eBay, PayPal, Amazon, Etsy. Now you're saying, well, where's Poshmark? Well, first off, you have to click down here. If you click all, you're going to have these little windows pop up over here. That's when you're going to click this on here. If you don't see Poshmark up there, you're going to click it over here, and it will pop up just like we did before. And you would put your information in. Okay, let's bump out of here. And this one here, now if you need to contact Poshmark, they do have a customer service number and a phone and email. From listening to it here, from what I gathered out of it, you can, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they would prefer you to email them at support@poshmark.com. They do have a phone number, and I did call the phone number, and it told them, it said basically that, you could leave a message and they'll get back to you. Okay, so I don't think there's a live customer service, even though it says customer service. That's what they got going on. So now with that set aside, I hope you got that information. You might want to copy this information down if you choose to do so. The URL is customercarecontacts.com. Okay, and that's what you're looking for. Let's bump out of here. And we're going to say the best for last here. This one here is from Forbes magazine. This came out February 8th. I know it's going to say, oh, geez, it's last year's, but still, all news could be good news. This is from February 8th, 2018. Love and Entrepreneurship, Part 1, 6-figure Poshmark couple. It goes on to say here, friendship, compassion, business. They may not be your words normally, but combined with the millennial couple from Portland, it is changing that. Then it goes on to say here, love and money can be tricky, and the statistics prove it with 30% of couples having a disagreement about money, and at least once a month, and gets worse with the entrepreneurship. Divorce, lawyers estimate the entrepreneur divorce rate is 5 to 10%, higher than marriage, without entrepreneurship as a factor. I'm not going to read much into this here. It goes on to say here, the couple simply cleaned out, closet clean out with $110,000 business on social fashion marketplace, Poshmark. And you could read more into this here. I'm not going to keep reading much into it. Not there's much to read. I believe, yeah, that's the story. Okay. If you don't want to go to the website, that's totally up to you. You could pause the video and you could read it like this if you like. I think that's about it. The rest, I think, is some advertisements or some other stuff there. This one here, I don't think I gave you the URL. It's Forbes. It's www.forbes.com, and the story you're looking for is Love and Entrepreneurship. Okay, so let's close this one out. And here we have one over here. Meet the entrepreneur who has made $1 million by selling clothes with a popular app. This came out June 23rd, 2018. Says Susan Cannon and her husband and 2 children. Nice family. It goes on to say here, I'm not going to read these highlighted ones here, folks. You can go to them if you like. But I'm just going to read over here really quick. It says in 2012, Suzanne Cannon decided she wanted to make a quick buck on the side while doing the books for her husband's business, so she started selling clothes from her closet using an app called Poshmark. Within 5 years, a 39-year-old Cannon has grown from selling on the side to setting up her own wholesale clothing business and being the first Poshmark user to make $1 million in sales on the app. She now sells goods on Poshmark full time. And if you want, you can read a little more into this here. I got one more window I want to just share with you guys, and then I want to close it out and leave it at that. Look at this here. Wow, look at all the boxes. Oh, I should only be that lucky. And then she got some packaged ones too. So, wow. Well, some people have the good time. It's the timing too sometimes. Some people have a good niche. They know what the people are looking for. Being a woman, you probably have the advantage over a guy, no doubt, because you know what to look for. Men don't really know. Like half of the stuff that I was telling you before about what's good to sell on eBay, Poshmark, I never even heard of those companies. So, it don't help me, right? That's why I pay sometimes to have a woman by your side to, hey, give me a little pointer. What about clothing? All right, this is like other stuff here. We're not interested in that. So I'm going to close that window out. And that is great. $1 million, that's great. Very good. This last story here I like. If I get my window here we go. Here's a woman here. Now this story came out. This is a new one. Okay, this is why I like to always get the latest stuff. This came out right over here. Look, folks. Right here. Let me just highlight it. See here? September 6, 2019. Okay? It goes on to say, oh my Posh, Harley Gibbs has made over $65,000 selling thrift store clothes on Poshmark. Here's our hot tips. Excellent thing to do to make extra cash. It says just last year, 24-year-old Haley Gibbs, who resides in Minneapolis, Minnesota, was earning $47,000 as a licensed social worker. But during a lunch break, she would check on her side hustle, reselling clothing she found at the Goodwill or thrift stores for cheap on Poshmark. And then it goes on to say here, and see the money coming in, I would sell a shirt for $50, a pair of pants for $40, and a jacket for $60. And it basically equated to what I was making that on the day working full time. She recalls to the Parade, that's the magazine, I guess the company that did it. It was pretty amazing. Now, she did $65,000 according to the title here, right? Which is great. That's good for her. Kudos to her. However, us little guys, we still have to work it out. But if you read some of the highlights that she says here, how the side hustle can add passion, big payoff to your career. True. She ended up buying this Toyota RAV. Here's the story. Just read this really quick. How a side hustle can add passion and a big payoff to your career. She also vacationed to Sweden on her Poshmark income and recently bought herself a new car, a 2016 Toyota RAV4. Okay? So people, sometimes I get a little skeptic myself. I say, it can't be possible. But there are people making money out there, plain and simple. So I don't dismiss stuff like that. I kind of keep an open mind to it. I have been going forward when I read stories like this because there's sometimes you come across these stories saying, I'm making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, and you're saying, yeah, right, okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, she's doing pretty good for herself, okay. It goes on to say here, let's see here. I'm just trying to pick out some highlighted ones. My best day I made $1,200, which is not normal, she says, but I used to make that in 2 weeks working at my other job, and how I can make it into a day, how I can make it in a day just with clothes. I didn't read the whole story. I don't know if she quit her job. Let me see. Oh wait, hold on here. It goes on to say in 2018 they had to be invited to speak at the Posh Fest at an annual conference where 1,600 attendees hear advice from top sellers and network away. Gibbs realized that sellers were doing Poshmark as their full-time job. So in January 2019, she decided to make the leap to full-time. Oh, look at that. Good for her. I didn't get a chance to read the story. Wow. Since then, she hasn't looked back. That's the story you hear about these people that go into these, as entrepreneurs. It's like once they get their feet wet in there, they never want to go back to the old 9-to-5 grind, But I'm just going to look at some of the highlights here, and the rest is up to you if you want to pick it out. Check this out here. I don't think I gave you the URL. It's www.parade.com. So here's the things here. Starting small, Okay, here's another one related. How one couple said goodbye to the $78,000 debt on the and other side hustle success story. Now, if you want to read these stories, these are active hyperlinks, folks. You're going to have to sign on. Well, not sign on. You're going to have to go to the direct website itself. If on the other hand, if you don't, you just want to read it, you could pause the video and read it if you choose to do so. Don't be intimidated by thrift stores. Find your niche. Work hard. Don't stress over photos. Be honest. Keep it simple. Shop, shop, shop. Then it goes on to say here, use Instagram to your advantage. Host big sales. Develop a relationship with your buyers. And spread the word. Okay? Now, this is all pertaining, the stories I showed you here, all pertaining to, not eBay. These stories are all pertaining to Poshmark. Okay? So with that, I'm going to close this video out. So just bear with me for 1 second. You know, when I read stories like that, I really do get inspired. It really does want you to stay in the game and work harder at what you're doing. I know I don't have much on Poshmark right now, and some of the stuff I have is probably not what people are looking for. But you know what? As I always say in many of my other videos, you know, don't give up on your dreams. Keep going, you know, keep fighting, you know what I'm saying? Never give up, because you never know what the outcome is going to be. You might find that diamond in the rough, or you might find your niche, whatever it may be, but stick to it and be the best you can be and never give up. That's why I always say, you know, in some of my videos, because it's true. You know, I think what happens is we get so caught up in this world where, you know, we look at other people and we say, geez, they're doing it. I got stuff just as good. How come I can't make a go out of it? How come I can't be successful like that? Well, you know, my take on that is people, it's all has to do with timing too. They got in at the right time. It's just like anything else. If you bought stocks in eBay when they first started, today, if you know, who knows, depending on how many you bought, you could probably be a multimillionaire today. But like my father used to say, God rest his soul, sometimes you have the, you know, people have the money, you don't have the time, or you have the time, you don't have the money, you know. And most cases, I didn't have the money. So I was young back then. You know, when eBay started, what, 1995, you know, you're working and stuff like that. You have a mediocre job, you know, and you got other bills to pay. Who could afford to go out and say, I'm going to buy $5,000, $10,000 worth of stocks? You know, I didn't at the time back then. I was young at the time, you know, trying to set myself, you know, ahead of the, you know, get myself set up for the future. And I had to put money away, you know. And at that time there, you know, you're talking about getting married and stuff like that and putting money for a house. You know, those are priorities right now. I mean, it's nice to have a business, to invest some in that to business, but you know, when you go in that other route, so to speak, you know, the married life, the house, you know, like I would say, the house with the white picket fence and the kids and the dog, right? It's a whole different ball game. It's a game changer. And you know, back then I didn't have it that then. You know, I mean, if I had it, it was going to be for a down payment on a house. Business is a gamble, no doubt about it. They were talking about that a long time ago. I was reading in business books that if you bought so many shares of Microsoft back then when it started, I think they started in 75, I think, or something like that. I could be wrong. They said today it'd be worth millions and millions of dollars. Again, depending on how many shares you bought. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's like anything else. You know, I was watching Pirates of Silicon Valley, where Bill Gates says to Steve Ballmer at that time, you watch Pirates of Silicon Valley, and Paul Allen was one of the co-founders too, and he's on his way to Seattle Computer Works to buy the software from that company. You know, that's where they were going to embark and make Windows. That's, you know, that's how Windows started coming into play. And the one part that I like is Steve Ballmer goes, "We got IBM. We got IBM." He goes, "Why would they want to deal with a bunch of bozos like us?" And then, you know, Bill Gates turns around and says, he goes, being smart it's a menace. It makes you think you can't fail. Something like that. It makes you, yeah. Being smart is a menace. It makes you think you can't fail. Something along that line. He said, you know, Bill Gates said this here. And then it shows you later on, you know, like maybe a few minutes later, Paul Allen pulls up in the cab and he comes out and he's smiling. And then after that, they're all hugging and embracing. That's when they started talking about, and we made millions, and more millions are coming in. Money was coming in here left and right. Very good movie. If you ever want to see a good movie, check out Pirates of Silicon Valley. Really good movie. I like it. As a matter of fact, I have the VHS. I like it so much I bought the VHS. Every now and then I like to watch it because it's like anything else, out of sight, out of mind. You don't watch it long enough, for a while. You might forget certain parts of it. But really good movie. It's supposed to be based on a true story. It also talks about Steve Jobs. That's what the Pirates of Silicon Valley is all about. It also talks, in lieu of Bill Gates starting Microsoft, Steve Jobs with Apple. They were starting at the same time. They wanted a computer homebrew computer club. I'm sorry. And this all was taking place, I think, in California. And it shows you, Steve Jobs was bringing the Apple. They the first one they made. It was made of wood, like backings and stuff. And it's really a good movie. You got to watch it. Just if you type in Pirates of Silicon Valley, you'll know the movie. It's the one with Noah Wyle. He played a doctor on ER. He really good actor. He really played Steve Jobs good. Matter of fact, I personally think he resembles Steve Jobs pretty much almost to the T. That's my personal take. I mean, to me, he looks just like him. They couldn't have picked a better character to play that part. But anyway, guys, listen. I'm going to get ready to go because it is going on 4 p.m. over here. I'm on the East Coast of New York. For those who are new followers, the new subscribers to my channel, if you are thinking about it, please subscribe to my channel because, I put out free information out there. I take time out of my busy day to do research and share these stories with you. Now, some people say, well, I could do that too. I'm just saying you can, but I also get a lot of Google alerts with different companies. And this channel, this YouTube channel, for all intents and purposes, is to help people out, okay? I had this thing a while back. Some of the followers may remember it, the ones the subscribers have been with me through thick and thin, so to speak. I call the thing the His Initiative. Help, inspire, and share. And that's the whole idea behind this channel, is to help people, inspire them, and share information with you guys. So it's really, I think it's a good thing if you are interested in some of the content I put out and you like it. I really would think it'd be great if you guys could subscribe to my channel. I put my best into this here, folks. I really do. I love what I do. I love making videos. I love creating videos. And I love sharing information with you guys. And like I said, this channel is going to be, the format's going to change a little. As I said it before, it's going to be, I'm still going to stay the same format, meaning I will not be discussing religion and politics, and there will be no profanity used on this channel. As far as I'm concerned, I consider a kids safe channel, to be honest with you. Meaning young kids, no matter how old or young they are, they do not have to worry about hitting my channel and hear me coming out and throwing bad words out there. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm all about. That's absolutely not what I'm all about. And I want to keep it that way. And as long as I'm sitting behind this HP webcam here, doing these videos and sharing information with you people out there in the YouTube land, or within the YouTube community, it makes me happy. And just if you guys, well, if people out there, I should say you guys, because they're women and guys, men and women out there watch it, I do hope you get a takeaway from it. And even it's like a 1% that said, hey, you know what? This guy is inspiring. I like the shows. I like this particular video. He's showing successful people. Now there's tons more I could share with you guys, with you people out there, but I don't because it'd be all day long. But anyway, listen. Let me let you go. It's nice and sunny out here right now. The weather's pretty good. I'm looking at the inside thermometer here. It's shot up. It was 74 degrees before. Now it's shot up to 80. It is getting a little warm here, and I don't have the air conditioner on, but that's okay. I just want to say have a great day, whatever you're doing. Enjoy the rest. I hope you have a great week, and tune in. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be updated. And just because you get updates, you might get maybe 2, maybe 3 a day. No, I'm not gonna say 3. I'm only kidding. No, but I usually like to try to put out 2 videos. In some cases, try to put 2 out a day. But in some cases, right now, for all intents and purposes, I think I'm just gonna keep this right now. At this point, this video right now, I don't know if I'm gonna be making any more for the rest of the day. But anyway, have a great day. Until next time, my name is Rich Pasini. Bye-bye now.